We, the pretrial detainees at the Cook County Jail, are contacting you due to the drastic matter at hand, the COVID-19 virus, and your protest efforts on Monday in front of the Cook County. We choose to contact you through our loved ones via email because it's the fastest way and without our words being withheld or altered. But first and foremost, we, the pretrial detainees, would like to thank you and your organization for the efforts you continue to speak for those who are not allowed to have a voice to protest this inhumane treatment and danger Cook County Jail is forcing us to be exposed to. And I apologize, but I am going to get straight to the point. We want you to know and to speak upon the media and social media and courts and world. It is inhumane to have human beings incarcerated and away from their loved ones while such a contagious, life-threatening virus epidemic is continuing to spread throughout the world and within this jail. Every human life matters, no matter the seriousness of their case he or she is accused of because of the constitutional law. Honestly, we all are innocent until proven guilty. The most of all, the serious cases were grand jury indicted, meaning there was not enough evidence to prove probable cause at an actual preliminary hearing.
Stop.
And most are truly arrested by CPD's unconstitutional methods, by investigative alerts, which violate citizens' rights, and most of all, the 4th and 14th Amendment of the Constitution warrant process, which is illegal method, has incarcerated mass amounts of individuals who are truly innocent. Cook County Jail has stopped all medical treatment, including dental, and have no access to health care. It's inhumane and causes unnecessary pain and suffering. These officers and staffs are not being checked for COVID-19 by tests on the way into the jail for each of their shifts. Into this jail, which we come in contact with every day by force, whether it be opening our cell or passing and working the food trays, which go through so many officers and inmates' hands on the way to each division and deck to a mass amount of inmates who have no choice but to eat what's given. There is no telling what these officers and their families come in contact with, and which inevitably ends up in here amongst us who are forced to be near them. And just because there are no symptoms does not mean that there are no carriers and no telling what they touch, breathe, and cough, sneezed on, and who else has touched and breathed that same bacteria of germs, the virus, which continues to spread. Citizens and suspects being booked into the county jail on the way in are not being tested for COVID-19 because there are no symptoms of anyone can be a carrier, which brings into the county jail from what they breathe, cough, sneeze, and touch, then are brought amongst the jail population by who walk by, who they are handcuffed to, who they are forced to live with on a deck tier, and most of the ones who are forced to live in a cell with that type of individual who no one knows is truly infected. Cook County jails, air ventilation is circulated of all of the same air throughout the building. Even if a sick officer or inmate is in front of our cell, we are still breathing the same air, which the virus is airborne. Cook County Jail has not been handing out hand soap, hand sanitizer. The bathroom, shower area have no soap to wash hands. The showers are moldy, dirty, and moist air and humid, which bacteria lives longer and spread faster. Commissary workers have not been coming to work to deliver orders. So how can we buy food, soap, and necessities in the future? Officers and new inmates have already brought the virus into different divisions and parts of the jail. Division 4, which is continuing to spread, and please note, the news only states hold on, 6 inmates that have the virus confirmed that tested, but 24 are awaiting testing results. How can the first 6 inmates be tested with immediate results, but yet Cook County Jail is withholding the results of 24 others? Cook County Jail is reopening divisions and buildings that were shut down due to them being condemned, due to the inhumane and unsanitary living conditions, but yet are good enough to house new inmates, which blatantly violates their rights. The condemned divisions are divisions 4, 2, 1, and 5. Cook County Jail and the court system is violating pretrial detainees, inmates' rights to due process, speedy trial, and the right to defend ourselves, and by not allowing us to continue to fight for our freedom by stopping our court dates and court proceedings, trials, and motions. To keep in mind, Cook County Jail and courts have been known to make inmates wait for extreme amounts of time, from 2 to 8 years before going to trial. And also Division 4, which is a food worker division, have been placed on lockdown due to the inmates being infected with COVID-19. So the whole division has been contaminated, as well as the kitchen, which makes all of the trays, sends them to each division. This has jeopardized every inmate health and well-being. This is truly inhumane and cruel and unusual punishment by Cook County Jail, jeopardizing our lives every day. And also, who knows if the kitchen has already been thoroughly cleaned up to code, who is actually doing the cleaning, and how many will contaminate themselves in the process. How long will Cook County Jail have it again? Stop.